It's 3:17 inches the morning. Your eyes snap open, heart hammering, a cold sweat across your chest. And the worst part? You have no idea why. You lie there, staring at the ceiling, willing yourself back to sleep, and your brain just won't stop. There's a low hum of dread you can't name. Your legs feel restless. Your jaw is tight, and that familiar, exhausting thought creeps in. Why is this happening to me again? Here's what nobody has told you. You are not anxious. You are not broken. And this is absolutely 100% not in your head. What you are experiencing at 3 a.m. is a precise, measurable, biological alarm system, a cascade of hormones that your body triggers, specifically in the early morning hours, because your blood sugar has crashed to a critical threshold, and your adrenal glands, in a total panic, just fired a massive shot of epinephrine adrenaline directly into your bloodstream. You don't wake up because something is wrong with your mind. You wake up because your body thinks it is dying. And tonight, I'm going to show you exactly how to shut that system down with one simple protocol that costs less than $2. Before I give you the fix, I need to destroy 3 things you almost certainly believe about this problem, because these myths are actively making your 3 a.m. wake-ups worse. Myth number 1, I just need to sleep earlier or reduce stress. No, this misses the entire mechanism. Stress management and sleep hygiene do nothing to address the biochemical trigger, which is glycogen depletion in your liver. By 2 to 4 a.m., if you haven't eaten strategically, your liver runs out of its glucose reserve. The brain detects a fuel shortage and activates the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. You get a cortisol spike, followed by an adrenaline surge. Sleep hygiene cannot override a hormonal fire alarm. Myth number 2. Eating less at night will help me sleep better and lose weight. This is the one that hurts people the most. Intermittent fasting is powerful, but the timing matters enormously. If you stop eating at 6 p.m. and you're waking at 3 a.m., you're going on 9 hours without glucose replenishment. For people over 40, especially those with any degree of insulin resistance, your liver's ability to sustain overnight glycogen storage is already compromised. The longer the overnight fast, the harder the adrenal rebound. Myth number 3. I just need more magnesium or melatonin. Magnesium is wonderful. Melatonin has its place, but neither of them addresses the root trigger, which is a blood sugar crash activating your sympathetic nervous system. You can take every supplement on the shelf, and if your liver is screaming for glucose at 3 a.m., your adrenal glands will still override all of it. The RAL problem isn't a mineral deficiency. It's a fuel crisis, met with a hormonal explosion. Let me take you inside your body. It's midnight. You fell asleep around 11. Everything looks fine. But here's what's happening at the cellular level. Your liver holds approximately 80 to 100 grams of glycogen, your body's overnight fuel reserve. Every hour you sleep, your brain demands a steady drip of glucose. Not a flood, a drip. About 4 to 6 grams per hour. By 2 a.m., you've been sleeping for roughly 3 hours. You've burned through 15 to 20 grams of liver glycogen. That's fine, you still have reserves. But if you had a high cortisol evening, maybe a stressful work call, a difficult conversation, or just the baseline cortisol elevation that millions of people over 40 carry chronically, your liver has been over-releasing glucose all evening. The reserve depletes faster. Now it's 3 a.m. Your liver glycogen drops below the critical threshold, roughly 10 to 15 grams remaining. The brain's hypothalamus has glucose sensors. The moment they detect a drop, they fire a red alert to the paraventricular nucleus. Think of it as the brain's emergency dispatch center. The signal travels down your spinal cord to your adrenal glands, 2 walnut-sized organs sitting on top of your kidneys. And in less than 90 seconds, your adrenal medulla releases a wave of epinephrine, adrenaline, the same hormone that surges through your body when you almost get into a car accident. Your heart rate spikes, your pupils dilate, your muscles tense, your liver dumps its last glucose reserve in a panic, and your cortex jolts awake. Heart pounding, mind racing. Here's the part that makes this particularly insidious. The adrenaline surge at 3 a.m. doesn't just wake you up. It activates your threat detection system. Your amygdala, the brain's fear processor, lights up. So every thought you have at 3 a.m. feels urgent, catastrophic, real. Your mind starts cataloging every failure, every unpaid bill, every relationship concern, because your brain is now chemically primed for threat detection. It is not anxiety. It is adrenaline wearing the costume of anxiety. And here's the irony. As your cortisol rises through the early morning hours, which is natural, cortisol is supposed to rise gradually to help you wake up. If it hits an already elevated baseline, you will struggle to fall back asleep for 1, 2, sometimes 3 hours. This is why people report waking at the same time every single night. It's not a coincidence. It's a circadian-timed biological event, driven by predictable glycogen depletion patterns. Here is your protocol. 3 steps. Simple, evidence-backed, and you can start tonight. Step 1. The overnight fuel bridge. 30 to 45 minutes before you sleep, take 1 teaspoon of raw, unfiltered honey. Not processed honey, raw honey, mixed with a small pinch of unrefined sea salt or Celtic gray salt. Here's exactly why this works at the cellular level. Raw honey contains a specific ratio of fructose to glucose. The glucose enters your bloodstream quickly, giving the brain its immediate signal that fuel is available. The fructose, however, is processed more slowly. It goes directly to the liver to replenish hepatic glycogen. This is the slow burn reserve, the one that runs out at 3 a.m. The sea salt matters too. Sodium supports adrenal function and helps stabilize aldosterone, the hormone that prevents electrolyte crashes overnight. A depleted adrenal system combined with low sodium is a trigger for the very adrenaline spike we're trying to prevent. This single teaspoon acts as a metabolic bridge. It keeps your liver stocked just long enough to make it through the 3 a.m. danger window without triggering the alarm. Step 2. The pre-sleep nervous system reset. This is about addressing the other contributor, elevated nighttime cortisol. 10 minutes before bed, perform 4 to 6 slow, physiological sighs, a double inhale through the nose, followed by a long, extended exhale through the mouth. This activates your vagus nerve, downregulates your sympathetic tone, and signals your adrenal glands to stand down. Pair this with a brief cold to warm water contrast on your wrists or face. Cool water first, then warm. This stimulates your peripheral nervous system in a controlled way that paradoxically reduces central arousal. Step 3. The morning recovery anchor. If you do wake at 3 a.m., do not reach for your phone. Blue light exposure at that hour triggers a cortisol spike. This extends the wake-up window by up to 40 minutes. Instead, keep a small pre-prepared mixture by your bed. Half a teaspoon of raw honey in 2 tablespoons of room temperature water. Consume it within 60 seconds of waking. This replenishes the hepatic glucose signal fast enough to interrupt the adrenaline cascade mid-cycle before it fully escalates to the heart-pounding, mind-racing stage. Follow it with 3 slow breaths and stay still. In most cases, you will be back asleep within 12 to 18 minutes. You've been waking up at 3 a.m., not because you're weak, not because you're anxious, not because there's something wrong with you. Your body has been running a survival protocol designed for the ancient world, and it's misfiring in the modern one. 1 teaspoon, a pinch of salt, a breath. That's where you start tonight. Now, I want to hear from you specifically. Drop a comment below and tell me, what time exactly do you wake up? Is it consistently 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m.? Because that timing is not random. Each window corresponds to a different hormonal driver, and knowing your exact wake time gives me the data I need to tell you precisely which organ system is triggering your alarm. Tell me your wake time, and if you know your fasting blood glucose or have ever had a cortisol test done, drop those numbers too. I read every comment, and your data might just be the key to unlocking the protocol that changes everything. The fad is not winning because you're weak. It's winning because you've been using the wrong key. Now you have the right one.